Hello everybody, and this is Glenda Winkleman, and welcome back to Creative Grandma. I've been getting a lot of emails asking questions about what size certain Afghans should be, how many blocks does it take to make an Afghan, and with so many different sizes, blocks, and everything, it's really hard to, answer every question because I get so many emails. So I did a little research and I put together these graphs for everybody. These charts are for several different sizes of Afghans, from preemie to a long double bed to a king size bed. So there's 3 pages. I'm going to put my email address, so if you want a copy of these 3 charts with all this information, you can go ahead and email me and I'd be more than happy to send it to you. If you can copy and paste off your screen, that's fine as well. So for the beginners, or for people who's not real experienced with making Afghans or what size they should be or how many blocks, I hope this helps you. I'm just going to go over the basics of the first line so you can understand how to read my charts. Now, for instance, the first line is for a preemie, and then the farther down you go, the larger the Afghan will be. Like I said, there's 3 different pages, and it goes from preemie to a king size Afghan. And this can be used for crocheters or knitters alike. So the first line is for the preemie. The size to make your Afghan: for a preemie, it would be 15 inches, or you can go with 24 inches. Now the other side over here, I have the actual item, like a cradle would be 18 inches by 36 inches. That's the actual size. So then this would be the size you would want to make your Afghan. So I'm going back to line 1. For the preemie or the pet, you have a 15-inch size or a 24-inch size. And then I list in inches and then in centimeters. So the 15-inch would be 38 centimeters. The 24-inch would be 61 centimeters. Now, these blocks here tell you what size your block or motif or square would be. So if you have a 6 by 6 inch square or motif, it would be 15 by 15 centimeters. For the 15-inch or the 38 centimeter one, I have that you would use 9 6 by 6 inch blocks, and this shows you would do 3 blocks across by 3 rows long for a total of 9 blocks. If you're using an 8-inch square or a 20 by 20 centimeter square, then you would need 4 squares for the 15-inch, which would be 2 squares across by 2 rows long. If you're working on the 24-inch, then it would be a total, you would need 9 blocks or squares, and you would make it 3 squares across by 3 rows long. And then you jump over to the 10 by 10 inch squares. If you're making the 15-inch one, you would need 4 blocks. You would go 2 across by 2 down. And for the 24-inch or the 61 centimeter, you would need 9 blocks, 3 across by 3 rows long, etc., etc. Now the NA means there's nothing available for a 12 by 12 inch or a 30 by 30 inch centimeter square. For the 15-inch, you really can't do anything because you have a 12 by 12 inch square, so that's too big to really put something together. Now the other thing I did want to point out is, say for instance this one, the closest I could get was 3 across by 3 down. So if it's a 15-inch or 38 centimeter square, then this one would actually be 6 times 3 is 18. So this would actually be 18 inches square if you made it with a 6 by 6 inch block. Now you can drop this down to 5 by 5, but it would have been so much information to list every size square. So I started with 6 by 6 inches, and you can, like I said, if you can figure out this chart, you can drop down to 4 by 4 or 5 by 5, whatever you want to do. You take these numbers here and you divide it by whatever size your square is, and that will tell you how many squares you need. So for instance, this one here, 16 by 36. If you were using a 4-inch block, you would take 4 divided into 16 is 4. So you would need 4 blocks across with a 4-inch square, and so on. So that's how you get your information. So I hope I covered everything on how to determine and read my chart. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one sit here for a moment, and then I'm going to change it and put all 3 charts on the screen. Here's the second page. And like I said, when I do this video, I'll make sure I insert my email address for anybody that wants to get a copy. And I hope this is helping all the people who are emailing me, because it's always nice to have some reference information. You might want to get a small notebook and, or a file folder, and start saving this information so you have access to it. If you need to grab it, you have your reference. I am going to try to start listing some useful information, like sizing, body measurements for sweaters, hooks, what hooks you should use with which yarns, anything that can help the new crocheter or anybody out there crocheting that just kind of is not sure what to do or what to use. After I did this first video, I decided to go ahead and do the charts on the 2, 3, and 4 inch, the 5 centimeter, the 8 centimeter, and the 10 centimeter blocks, because I know on some of these smaller projects you'll probably be using smaller blocks. So here is the page 1 of the 3 different pages. So with this video, there'll actually be 6 different pages. Sorry about that. I wasn't going to do the smaller sizes, and then I thought, if you're going to have reference material, you might as well have them on all the sizes. And again, my email address will be there because this is a lot of information to write down. So this is the first page. I'm going to go ahead and show you the second page. And I really hope this helps. This is a lot of work putting this information together for everybody, but once you have it, it's such a great help just to glance at it and say, okay, I'm not going to make this if it takes 1,000 squares. I'm going to jump my square size up. So say for instance, this one here, it says 1,053 squares. If you're going to make 2 by 2 inch squares or 5 by 5 centimeter squares, that's a lot of squares. So I'd say, okay, 280 squares sound a lot better, so I'll jump my square or motif up to a 4 by 4 inch square. And it really does make a difference. It's just working those 2 extra rounds saves you, I don't want to say it saves you a lot of work, but when you're joining these together, it's nicer to join 280 than it is 1,053. But it's all in the design that you want to make, how much time you want to spend in it. Okay, that was page 2, and then this is the third page, and this is for the smaller sizes. So again, there's going to be a total of 6 pages. You will have 3 pages from sizes 6 by 6 up to 12, and I think the only sizes I don't show are for 7 and 9 inches. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you don't have a size 5. I'm sorry. You have the 2, 3, and 4 inch, and then I jump up to 6, 8, 10, and 12. But again, this is a lot of information, and it should help you just glance to kind of know what you're going to need for what you want to work on. And thanks again. I do appreciate you stopping by my channel. I really hope this is helping some people. And please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.